The episode begins with Zac and Fatima deciding to take a significant step in their relationship by putting Fatima's house up for sale. However, due to past experiences, Fatima hesitates and decides to rent the house instead. This decision stems from her previous relationship, which ended badly when her partner left her for another woman while still in a relationship with her. Zac and Fatima are seemingly to be happy and passionate in a relationship. They are deeply in love, but cracks begin to show as trust issues arise. Fatima is a strong, independent woman who runs her own business, while Zac is a charming and ambitious man. However, Zac's past behavior and flirtatious nature make Fatima question his loyalty. At the club, Fatima leaned in, her voice barely audible over the thumping music. "Girls, I have something to tell you," she said, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Angela and Belinda exchanged curious glances, their interest piqued. "I've fallen in love," Fatima announced, a radiant smile spreading across her face. "And I want you all to meet him." Belinda's eyes widened with intrigue while Angela's expression turned supportive. "Tonight's the night," Fatima continued, her voice filled with anticipation. "I'm going to introduce you to the man who's stolen my heart." The group raised their glasses in a silent toast, the air thick with anticipation as they awaited the moment they would meet the love of Fatima's life. After a competitive basketball game, Zac and Bryce emerged victorious, winning $20 each from Tony and Nathan. The group is in high spirits as they celebrate their win, but the mood soon shifts when Zac shares some personal news with his friends. Zac reveals that he's seriously considering settling down with Fatima, the woman he's been dating. His friends, Nathan, Bryce, and Tony, are immediately skeptical. They tease Zac and express their concerns, warning him that settling down might mean giving up his carefree lifestyle. They joke that marriage will end his life and that he'll lose the freedom he enjoys now. Zac, however, remains confident. He reassures his friends that Fatima is the one for him and that he's ready to commit. He believes he won't lose anything by choosing love and insists that he's making the right decision. The friends aren't convinced. They bring up examples of other friends, like John and Kelvin, who fell in love and got married, only to have their lives ruined by the responsibilities of marriage. They mockingly tell Zac that if he goes through with it, his life will be over. As the conversation continues, Nathan's wife unexpectedly shows up. She interrupts the group, clearly annoyed, and tells Nathan it's time to go home. Nathan, who moments ago was joking about the downsides of marriage, quickly complies. He sheepishly leaves with his wife, while Zac, Bryce, and Tony burst into laughter at the irony of the situation. The scene ends with Nathan being led to the car by his wife, while his friends laugh and tease him about how marriage has already changed him. Despite the jokes, Zac remains thoughtful, reflecting on his decision to commit to Fatima and whether he's truly ready for the challenges ahead. Fatima arrives home. She's surprised to find Zac waiting for her. It's clear that Zac has been thinking about her too, as he's made an effort to be there for her that night. He sat on the couch, his expression unreadable, but his eyes softened the moment they met hers. A knowing smile played on his lips as he asked about her night, and she hesitated for a moment before confessing that she had told her friends about her feelings for him. Zac's face lit up and he moved closer, reaching for her hand. The tension between them grew, an unspoken pull drawing them closer until Zac leaned in and Fatima met him halfway. The night unfolded in whispers and caresses as they made their way to the bedroom, where for the first time they gave in completely to their passion, sealing their love in the intimacy of the night. That night, Fatima informs Zac of her plan to invite her ex-girlfriend over to discuss a DNA test for Zac's child. When Zac questions how her ex will agree, Fatima confidently replies, "I'll try to be persuasive." Later, she invites Zac to join her in the bath, deepening their connection. Zac agrees, showcasing their growing intimacy and trust. Fatima woke up early, determined to visit Zac's ex-girlfriend. Her mission was to discuss the idea of a DNA test for Zac's child, a crucial step in resolving the paternity questions that had been lingering. As she stepped outside, she was surprised to find an expensive car waiting for her, courtesy of Zac. She couldn't help but feel a mix of emotions, gratitude, and a hint of unease about the implications of such a gesture. Using the car, she set off on her journey, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Back at Zac's place, his friend Bryce arrived just as Fatima was leaving. Bryce had some urgent news. He had been informed at work that someone from the SEC was coming to speak with Zac. Zac's expression turned worried. The thought of dealing with the SEC brought back memories of his past legal troubles. "I don't want to go back to jail," he said, his voice laced with anxiety. Bryce, however, was persuasive, urging Zac to cooperate and answer the SEC's questions. After some convincing, Zac agreed. Fatima arrived at the club, determined to speak with Karen, Zac's ex-girlfriend. She spotted Karen across the room and made her way over, her resolve unwavering. "Karen, I need to talk to you," Fatima said, her voice firm but controlled. "I'm planning to get a DNA test done to clarify the paternity of your child." Karen's expression turned cold and she disagreed vehemently. The conversation quickly escalated, with Fatima's frustration growing. In a moment of intensity, Fatima grasped Karen's hair from behind, pulling her close. "Listen, if you're not at our house by tomorrow at 6 p.m., I'll make sure you regret it," Fatima warned, her voice low and menacing. With that, she released Karen and turned to leave the club. Zac and Fatima are inside their home, busy making preparations to welcome their friends for a dinner gathering. The atmosphere is warm and lively as they work together to set up the living room and prepare the meal. Fatima is focused on arranging the dining table and ensuring everything looks perfect. The couple shares lighthearted banter, showcasing their strong bond and teamwork. As they continue preparing, they hear a knock at the door. Zac goes to answer it and finds Bryce, his close friend, standing there with his new girlfriend, Angela. The couples exchange warm greetings, and Bryce introduces Angela as his partner, mentioning that their relationship is still new. Zac, in turn, introduces Fatima, and the four of them share a moment of mutual admiration for each other's relationships. Once inside, Zac and Fatima stand together, while Bryce and Angela stand side by side, creating a natural pairing. The women, Fatima and Angela, quickly bond and head to continue preparing the food, leaving Zac and Bryce in the living room. The two men begin chatting and Bryce takes a moment to congratulate Zac on his recent success in speaking with the SEC. He praises Zac for handling the situation professionally, and Zac humbly accepts the compliment, though he seems slightly distracted, as if something is weighing on his mind. Meanwhile, Fatima and Angela are getting to know each other. Fatima is warm and welcoming, making Angela feel comfortable, while Angela shares a bit about her relationship with Bryce. The women laugh and bond over their shared experiences, creating a sense of camaraderie. Just as the evening seems to be going smoothly, there's another knock at the door. Zac opens it to find Belinda, a friend from his past, standing there. She greets him with a smile, but there's an air of tension as she steps inside. The group gathers in the living room, and Belinda makes herself comfortable. As the conversation flows, Belinda casually drops a bombshell. She reveals that she and Zac had a romantic encounter. The room falls silent as everyone processes her words. Fatima's expression shifts from confusion to shock, while Bryce and Angela exchange uneasy glances. Zac, visibly uncomfortable, tries to downplay the situation, but Belinda's confident demeanor makes it clear that she's not joking. The revelation creates an immediate tension in the room, as Fatima struggles to hide her emotions and Zac scrambles to explain himself. The scene cuts with everyone in the room visibly surprised and unsettled by Belinda's revelation. The once harmonious gathering is now filled with awkward silence and unspoken tension, leaving the future of Zac and Fatima's relationship hanging in the balance. Want to see the next episode and more exciting sequels? Visit my channel and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Your support keeps the content coming.